Hello everybody, I think I've found the new LGBTQI+, however many letters the title has been extended by. Please forgive me if I haven't said every single letter, but Pride Month, as you can see right there, I think, is this the new Pride flag, I wonder? It's alarmingly a union flag in rainbow colours. Madness. There's that many flags. We've got map flag, etc. Where will this madness stop? They are behaving like a cult. There's a good. There you go. Very concerning, the indoctrination of children. We now have, not only is they are teaching them there's 101 different genders. That could have been extended, I'm sure it probably has, but by now, I think it was a BBC who claimed there was 101 different genders. That's probably been extended by at least 150 now. We've got children who now identify as cats and moons. One of the children actually identifies as a moon. I wonder how long it is before we have some of them might start identifying as Jupiter. That's another good example. There's a moon and Jupiter here on YouTube. They've been indoctrinated. You hear them time and time again on live streams calling everybody racist. Yet, on the other hand, banging the drum for the hero, Tommy Robinson. So they've been indoctrinated, but that's a different kind of indoctrination than by the state, of course, that just shows how one man can indoctrinate people into thinking, right, do not, we know why he does it. It stops him. He's looking after himself, basically. He doesn't want them moving to similar types of movements, so he brands them all racist. I'm pretty sure that he doesn't truly believe it himself, but that just shows a lack of integrity. A bit like the state, the alleged conservative government, who are not conservative at all. The liberal stroke socialist. They are becoming very. They're already left-wing, definitely not conservative, but they are vastly becoming far left because they are allowing the state, the education system, to indoctrinate children into the pride cult, the rainbow flag that, LGBTQI+. The Q stands for queers. When I was growing up, queers was used as a slanderous term towards gay people, but apparently now a queer is different to a gay person. Apparently now, LGBT, so gay, bisexual, apparently now they all follow the indoctrination of children, where they allow drag queens with very dubious social media posts that include children. Maybe that's what the P stands for. I haven't looked what the P stands for, but maybe that's what the P stands for. Yeah, we all know about the MAP flag, don't we? Minor Attracted Persons flag. But I'm pretty sure even the vast majority of gay or bisexual people do not support what is now a pride cult. You are not allowed to speak out against it, or you will be branded a racist, a homophobe, a xenophobe, every phobe in the book. But, I think it's high time people started speaking out about this. Everyone's talking about waiting for the next general election in 2024, yet we're still having the votes. You see, all this is just a distraction from what's really going on. Record numbers of immigration came into the country last year. 1.2 million immigrants, legal immigrants. That's not including the record numbers of dinghy boats coming into the country. So 1.2 million immigrants was allowed, legal immigrants was allowed into the country by this Tory government. So that's under Johnson and Sunak's leadership. Yet they promised us. I'm a staunch Brexiteer, so I'm glad we've left the EU. But now the government's got nobody else to blame because they promised us. Johnson promised us. It was in the manifesto. That's what people voted for in the 2019 general election, that they would cut immigration. Yeah, immigration's gone up. They didn't really want to leave the EU. I think Johnson, if it's the blob controlling that's really running the country, and that probably is correct, it probably is the blob for mainstream media, the globalist elites, the NGOs, etc. They are really running this country. So, Mr. Johnson, if you want to redeem yourself from letting us all down, I didn't vote for you, by the way, I voted Brexit Party, but if you want to redeem yourself, I think it's high time that Mr. Johnson came out and explained to everybody that he couldn't do his job because he wasn't really running the country, and it was really the globalist elite, and their main agenda is to reverse Brexit. Their main agenda is to indoctrinate children like this. This is happening in primary school, and if children speak out against it, we've all heard the secret recorded videos of teachers saying you are wrong. Now this has happened before in history. Chairman Mao. Chairman Mao was the most evil dictator this world has ever seen in history. He made, the likes of Hitler, Stalin, Saddam Hussein, he made them all look like saints. He was responsible for 80 million of his own people's death. But what he did, Chairman Mao, he took a leaf out of, he looked up to Stalin and he took a leaf out of Stalin's book. He created a Red Army, a Red Guard, and that Red Guard wasn't army folk, that was high school students, university students, who was all indoctrinated at school that Chairman Mao was God, basically, and it worked. He also asexualised children. He made them all wear, he made it law that they all wore the same clothes, basically, and so girls looked like boys, girls had to shave their heads, have short hair to look like boys, and indoctrinated them. And of course, them when them children became young adults, they was turning in their own family. There was the brainwashing had gone that far that these young adults would love Chairman Mao more than their own mother or father, and they would turn their own mother and father into the far left, communist, aggressive, authoritarian, evil government of that Chairman Mao created, and it lasted a very long time. And don't be fooled by the globalists. They look up to China. Today's modern China and the handful of bureaucrats that rule that place with an iron fist is not too dissimilar to Chairman Mao's leadership. And the World Economic Forum, the United Nations, the European Union, and the whole of the Western world's leadership, apart from a select few like Poland's Prime Minister and Hungary's Prime Minister, there's probably a few others I forgot to mention, but the vast majority, 99% of the Western world, is supporting the cult, the globalist cult, and the globalist cult is to, they want one world communism. They want to control the people, and all these distractions, net zero, pride, etc. It's all to try and take your eye off the real picture here. And I mean, yeah, everyone. We'll go back to that. Everyone's talking about the next general election in 2024, but 1.2 million immigrants came into the country last year, 2022. A net migration figure of 603,000. That's the size of Birmingham, the second biggest city in the United Kingdom. That number's only going to get bigger. And when the British people become a minority in their own country, which was projected to be 2066, then it was that projection was well over 10 years ago, and then it was reduced by the same man to 2060, and I think his latest one was about 2050. His latest prediction was 2050, and actually, I think it's going to be in 20 years. In 20 years, it'll happen, and they want it to happen as soon as possible, because when they make the white British people a minority in their own country, which has already happened in London, by the way. London, it's about 40 to 45%. There won't be a political solution. So I think it's time right now that the people rose up and put pressure on this government, and that could be as simple as getting a handful of people and campaigning or storming into your local MP's office. Where I live, it's a Labour MP, so yeah, they're probably going to be the next government, but that's just stupid that they'll become the next government, because they actually say they want more immigrants, they want more diversity, they want more rainbow flags, they want more LGBT indoctrination of children. So yeah, I think that's a better plan. We need to put pressure on this government right now before it's too late, and it probably will be too late if we wait till 2024.